weapon, which is basically a machine gun. She had a 50 caliber gun, which is like, I mean, if you don't know, it's like the rounds are like this big.
They're huge.
Yeah, they can take out aircraft, buildings. It's amazing. So I got to work with some extremely powerful weapons. And one thing I learned from this is like how much respect I have now for weapons and for guns. And I actually realized I really enjoy it. I enjoy going to the range and shooting now. It's like ever since the show, I've gone to the range like I think 2 or 3 times and just go have fun and shoot.
That's great. Yeah. That's really amazing. And physically, how do you think your endurance held up during this, stressful and trying period?
Physically, I felt like I was in good shape because, being in WWE, I have to always be in good shape. There were still parts of it that I was like, all right, just whatever you do, don't puke. It was that strenuous. I was like, wow, make the commercials if I puke, so please don't do that. But seriously, it was extremely strenuous. But hands down, the hardest part was the mental and emotional, hands down, because in all the chaos going on, you have to be able to settle down and focus on the task at hand, and that's way harder than it looks.
Yeah, excellent. That's amazing. So what do you think that you've taken away from this experience that you can share with your audience?
One thing that I really hope America is able to do from the show, for me, if you don't have a brother or a son or a father or a sister or a mother in the military, it's hard to really connect with just exactly what they do. And getting to know these men, these operatives that were part of our show, and realizing not only that they are just the most badass men to ever walk the earth, but that they are people with families and wives and kids, and just that they're amazing people, and they have sacrificed. The difference between them and me is okay, I learned some of the skills, I shot some of the weapons, I went through some of the missions. They sacrificed their life for our lives. And that takes a special kind of person to be able to do that. And I really want America to be able to connect with them and it's like just feed off the courage that these men have and let them, I don't know, I felt like it was just contagious and I want it to be contagious for America.
Oh, that's amazing.
Can you talk about you being a WWE Diva and your favorite charity and why? Which is most important?
Right. So, wait, the charity first? Sorry.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so it's it's 2 different. Okay.
Let's talk about your charity first.
Okay. Well, for the show, I represented the USO, and that was the charity that I was earning money for. And part of the reason why I chose USO is because I have been overseas to entertain the troops, and so I've seen firsthand how valuable it is to have part of America over there and lifting their spirits, because whether they're on the front lines or not, they're away from their family, away from their friends, and they're making that sacrifice because they chose to be there. So we need to constantly remind them of how much we appreciate them, and that's what the USO is about. Not only for the military, but also for their family and their friends, bringing support to them, emotional support, which is what they need.
How about, what's that high? When The Rock first came over here, I was the first person to interview him. I've known Vince McMahon going back to 1985 for first WrestleMania. So anytime a lot of the wrestlers come due, I want to make sure I always get them. Because it's good to see them crossing over. And I had never met you, but I started to follow through a couple of people that I deal with.
Right.
So it's good to see you come on the show because you know what happens after that.
Well, I think this is a great way for America to get to know who I am and what I'm made of, and that's another part of the show that's great. You're going to see what all the celebs are made of. The ops are all amazing people, and they were able to, they taught us everything. And so the celebrities are kind of showing the heart and passion that they have when it comes, when it comes down to the ringer, and they have to do it. It's like, so I do hope that America learns a little bit more about me and what I'm passionate about, and
Talk about jiu-jitsu, because Royce Gracie years ago, back in the early 90s, we all got together and that was real MMA then.
Yeah, I train with the Gracie family, and not only do I train with them, but I also teach women's self-defense that's based in Gracie Jiu Jitsu. So that's something I'm very passionate about. It's something I do want to do in my time off, and something that I hope to continue to do is redefine self-defense for women. And so, and realizing how much that may not be true. There are certain skills that women have that men don't, and vice versa. So it was a good learning experience for me, and I hope